You know, folks, I have to tell you something. This white guilt, it's time for all this white guilt to end. I know it won't, because I know that most people are scared to death and live lives totally immersed in fear, because that's what other people want them to live like. But I'm sick of it. White guilt is doing nothing for anybody, and white guilt is not solving anything. And besides that, a little history lesson for you. If any race of people should not have guilt about slavery, it's Caucasians. The white race has probably had fewer slaves, and for a briefer period of time, than any other in the history of the world. Now, sadly, we're not talking about the rest of the world when the Civil Rights Coalition gets ginned up. They're talking about America and slavery. And that can't be denied. It happened. But compared to the kind of slavery that still exists in the rest of the world and has existed, by no means was it anywhere near the worst. I mean, the Chinese, the Arabs, black Africans, in fact. I mean, forget about it. Even American Indians were constantly warring against tribes, other tribes, for slaves. You know how many wars were fought for slaves to claim them? My gosh, folks, the ancient Israelites were all slaves. The Exodus, the war, everything. There have been so many wars fought over this. Ancient Rome went to war to win more slaves. I mean, we're pikers compared to the rest of humanity throughout human history. Even American Indians. I know the image is that they were the embodiment of perfection. They were just cool and fine until we arrived, and then it was all over for them. But even they were constantly warring against other tribes for slaves. It was their primary reason for going to war. But despite all that, no other race has ever fought a war for the purpose of ending slavery, which we did. Nearly 600,000 people killed in the Civil War. It's preposterous that Caucasians are blamed for slavery when they've done more to end it than any other race, and within the bounds of the Constitution to boot. And yet white guilt is still one of the dominating factors in American politics. It's exploited, it's played upon, it is promoted, used, and it's unnecessary.